I think as a young adult, I think after college, it felt like it was like, Lord, what's next? And I think in this season of Unfinished, I've had a chance to reflect on where the Lord is taking me, what he wants to do in my heart while I'm here at this church, and love being here at this church and serving. And so I think for me now as a young adult, making my own income, having a chance to sow financially, that's what that means to me.
I can still learn a lot of Jesus, and I still have a long life to go to learn.
Unfinished to me means that I can still learn a lot more than what I already know in my life.
It's challenging for us and stretching for us as a couple, and but also exciting at the same time to think about, okay, God, we want to put you first in not only certain areas of our lives, but in all areas, including our giving and including our generosity.
I was sharing with the group that the Lord had given me an amount that he wanted me to share from my finances, and rather than feeling scared about it, I felt really excited.
Unfinished commitment is to trust in him in anything that he calls me to do.
This season of Unfinished means that he's calling me to branch out, take that leap of faith, and trust him 100% and wholeheartedly.
My unfinished commitment is to start to be a better Christian, to be a better husband, to be a better father, and to be a better person all around.
But, we've been really trying to stretch ourselves a little bit more and actually make giving the biggest bill that we have, and now it is the biggest bill. So we're really pumped about that, and that we can trust God in that, and we're unfinished.
I've led worship. I've done a lot of different things in churches, but I got to tell you, Pastor Brad is on fire. And every single Sunday that I'm here, the music grips my soul. I'm overwhelmed, and now I'm going to give more money because the Lord told me to. And I'm good with it.
There's areas in my life that God's going to use me that he's never used me before, which is kind of scary, but kind of exciting at the same time.
God's not done, and he's going to use me for something, whether it's at home or somewhere that I've never been.
There's just different seasons to my walk with the Lord, and that every season there's a new beginning and a new end, and that will never be finished. And it's just a book that will keep going.
We're expectant, and we are excited to see, really, of course, what he's going to do with the financial gift to the church and what the church is going to be able to, the impact it's going to make on the community and on God's kingdom. But we're also just really expectant for what God's going to do in our hearts, just deeply trusting him with something that is so personal and just a season that's so unknown.
You know, God has taught me a lot of things over the years, but I've learned more about God's generosity and grace towards me over the last 6 or 7 weeks since we've been doing this. It's made a major difference in my life as far as how I perceive what God has given me. He's given me everything, and I owe everything to him. And Vicki and I are really convinced that God's got more to do in our lives, and whether it's money or time or whatever, he's got a plan for us. And I'm glad I figured out I'm unfinished, because I needed that.
Actually saying no to some things and some plans in order to say yes to God's plan over ours.
Unfinished to me is continuing to trust in the community that we've built and foster these new relationships and this new church for us.
I really like the Make Room song, because it's, you know, it kind of sets up the whole thing. It says, this is my surrender, and Lord, I want to make room for you. And that's just kind of the season we're in right now.
We have come to that place of like where you start to think about being finished, but I just know we're far from finished, and that God's not finished working in us. Both of us have such a desire to grow and learn, and we're so excited to be able to give back and to share what God has blessed us with, even more at this time in our lives than ever before.